I told you it's all about stories. When you get old, you only have stories. And DXN is getting older by day and day. And we have many stories to come, right? Laszlo will have his story, Istvan will have, Buddhiman, Fatmi. But I remembered one story before, while they plug them up. You know, when I was invited to a school, I'm a psychotherapist also, while being a physician. I was invited to a school to address some teachers and parents. And the principal there, she said that we have a problem. The parents complain that the children not behaving well is the problem of the school. Not, and they should do something for it. So the principal said, Rajesh, can you do something? Can you tell them something? That they understand that it's not only the school's responsibility to bring up children. It's parents' responsibility too. So I went there, and luckily it was my own school. They invited me. So I went there on stage, and I told them a story of a little boy who once saw a potter. You know the potter who makes pots? He saw a potter with a big wheel and a stick to rotate the wheel. And the wheel goes round and round and round. Then he takes a piece of clay, shapeless, formless, and puts it in the center of the wheel. And it keeps on moving round and round. Then with one hand and the other hand, he starts putting pressure. The wheel is moving, the pressure is on. Sometimes in, sometimes out, sometimes more, sometimes little. And within no time, that shapeless clay becomes into a beautiful pot. And this story is exactly what we should learn from. Nothing can be shaped with one hand. No potter. Have you ever seen a potter with one hand? No. You need two things to shape something. So while teachers do the teaching, the parents also need to do the teaching. It's together that you can shape a child. And in DXN, I believe it's the same story. You need the management and the networker both together to take this wonderful message across the globe. That this amazing mushroom that they call the mushroom of immortality, the food of God, Lingzi, Red Rishi, Ganoderma lucidum. As a physician, I can claim it's one of the best food supplements that you need as a dietary supplement daily in your diet. And if we come together, we would be able to change the world. And I'm sure if you and the company together, we work together, we will see a definitely healthy society for the future, okay? So thank you so much, Jijit, for these wonderful words and experiences. We learned a lot. But now, the next man I'm going to bring on stage, okay? The snail has already crossed. So can we let him go? Okay. Okay, so please. Okay, oh, the lion is on. Okay, so the next man on stage I'm going to call is a man who does wonders. And he keeps you all wondering what next. Because see, if you were given 7 things, how many things can you make out of 7 things? Permutation, combination. How many? You got just 7 things. What can you do? Maximum, 10, 20, 30. But look at this, music. Music has 7 notes. But you have music that can be made limitless, timeless. So much music can be created with only 7 notes. And this man that I'm going to present to you on stage is one who comes up amazing every time you see on stage. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Oscar Thomas all the way from Philippines. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Thank you.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. When I was a little boy and saw that Walt Disney film, I began to fantasize. I began dreaming. I began wishing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Osler Santo Tomas, and I firmly believe that life is not just about wishes and preferences. I was born poor. A lot of you may know that I have succeeded in life, but you never saw me struggle. You never saw me when I was starting in DXN. I was made to believe that if I go to school, get good grades, and find a safe and secure job, I'll be given a good salary, save enough money, and get all my dreams in life. My parents told me, Osler, the only thing we can give you is education. And since you are our eldest son, you have to make good in school. You have to become an engineer. Work abroad. Find a good company that will pay you well. And save money so that you will not become like us. That is how I was trained to earn money. I have nothing against my parents. But their way, the way they taught me how to succeed financially was wrong. Because how could poor people teach me? How could poor parents teach me how to become wealthy? Well, in fact, they don't even have the skill to earn so that they could become millionaires. So I was taught wrongly. If you're trained by your parents to study hard, go to school, get good grades, I have nothing against their principles. Because all they want is for you to succeed. My parents really wanted me to succeed in life, just like your parents would. But their style, their methodology, I believe, is not correct. Because how can anyone teach something that they don't know about? So there I was, a little boy, seeing my parents struggle in life. And their main objective is for us to finish education. And because of that, we were not able to buy our own house. I'm proud that I'm an engineer. I'm a licensed civil engineer. But because of that, we were not able to buy a house. So I finished college renting apartments. I could see how my parents struggled paying the rent. There are a lot of times in my life that I saw them struggling to pay the electric bill, water bill. And since I was the eldest son, I would accompany my mother to the market. And my mother would choose the cheapest food. She would choose the cheapest chicken. She would choose the cheapest meat, cheapest vegetables. And when she chooses the cheapest ones, she even bargains. Do you know why? Because she has no capacity to pay for it. And when we go home, whom do you think will my parents feed the food that they bought? Their most loved ones. And who are they? Their children. Ladies and gentlemen, I got tired of being poor. I told you that yesterday. Being poor is not foreign to me. Poor in Europe is rich in the Philippines. I live in a third world country, and I know what it is becoming poor. But as I've said, I am a person who got tired of being poor. I'm a parent, I'm a father, and I'm the provider of my family. I don't really give everything my children asks for. Do you give everything that your children asks you? Of course not. But this is what hurts me most. This is what pains me. When my children will ask for something, and I know that they really need it, and then I will say, as a provider of the family, son, can we buy a cheaper kind? Or can we buy this next time? That is something that really hurts me. Because I know that my child really needs it, that I cannot provide, being the provider of the family. That's why I'm telling you, I got tired of being poor. So I found ways. How can I improve my life? I kept on asking myself, how could I improve my life? And there I found the answer. My parents told me to apply for a job. I applied. But unfortunately, I was not able to go abroad. Why? Because the placement agency asked for so much placement fee, and I could not afford it. I could not even buy myself a plane ticket going from my city to Manila. So when I learned that I could not go abroad, I was really torn apart. My dreams fell apart. And I was telling myself, if I could not work abroad, how can I ever change my life? But my classmates, who were then engineers, told me, Osler, don't despair. You're a professional. You're ahead of the rest of the Filipinos. Why not work for the government? After 2 years, I got a job, and whenever I went to the site, my ears flapped like the elephant's ears. Do you know why? Everyone in the field called me boss. Everybody, young and old, called me sir. Everybody called me engineer. And I was so proud that I was a young engineer. And that even motivated me to work even harder. But when my first salary came, it was placed inside an envelope. After I counted, I got more discouraged. Do you know why? It was only about $100. Do you think with $100 I could fulfill every dream that I have? Of course not. So I used my license for only 1 month. Only 1 month. I could remember my mother saying, Osler, I spent a lot of time, effort, and money sending you to school. And you're not going to use your license? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a practical man. I didn't have the experience. I didn't have the capital to start a construction firm. So what did I do? I just did what I knew at that time. And what was that? To look for another job. So I became a drug pusher. I became a drug pusher, but the legal one. I was a medical representative of one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in Asia. And I worked there for 10 years. I had a shiny car. I always looked good wearing a tie. I wore shiny shoes. I had a big shiny bag. But did I get my dreams? No. I have nothing against employment. I was a very good employee before. And I was earning ahead of the rest of the Filipinos. And I looked good. But instead of saving money to get my dreams, all I had was debt. I was so indebted. And one day, I prayed to God. I told him, God, please give me a business. Please give me a business. A business that I could do because I don't have any experience in business. A business that I could do. And a business that would not require too much capitalization. Because God, I told him, I don't have any money. And I like to praise God. I like to thank God. He gave me DXN. And just like you, I became very excited. Just like you, when you were beginning. The coffee was very expensive. Because I know a lot of you right now here are thinking, how can I succeed? 100 PV is so expensive. The coffee is so expensive. Ladies and gentlemen, I started with the coffee. The person who invited me told me, Osler, do you drink coffee? I told him, yes. What kind of coffee do you drink? Let's keep it a secret. Let's call it Nescafe. Okay? I told him I drink Nescafe. And he asked me, how long have you been drinking it? I told him, since I was a little boy, I was drinking it. Then he told me, where do you buy it? From supermarkets. Then he asked me another question. Osler, you have been buying Nescafe for so long a time. Did you even earn 1 peso? I told him no. Then he told me, Osler, would you be willing to change your coffee to Lingzi 3-in-1? And I was thinking, why would I change my coffee? I love Nescafe so much. Why? But he told me, if you drink this coffee, your skin will look good. I was telling myself, this guy must be tricking me. Because this is the first time that I've heard of a coffee that will make your skin glow. Then he added more. Osler, if you change your Nescafe to Lingzi 3-in-1 coffee, you will look younger. I told myself, this guy must be fooling me. Do you know why? Because I thought that he was just saying it because he wants to earn money from me. Then he added more. If you change your Nescafe to Lingzi coffee, you will stop losing money. I asked, why am I losing money? Because you keep on buying coffee from the supermarket and you don't earn anything. Shift to DXN coffee and you will earn. And you can pay your debt. And when he told me that I can pay my debt, my eyes almost popped out. I told myself, what kind of coffee is this? I will drink it and teach people how to drink it and I will earn money. And I asked the price, how much is 1 sachet of coffee? And he answered me, about $50. When he told me that it was about $50, I almost fell out of my chair. Do you know why? Because Nescafe is very cheap. Nescafe is very cheap. But why is DXN coffee my favorite coffee right now? I don't leave my house without it. My bag contains Lingzi coffee. And if you invite me to drink coffee in Starbucks, I will never drink their coffee. Because you know why? I learned from Laszlo. Life is too short for bad coffees. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I didn't like the taste of Nescafe, Lingzi 3-in-1 coffee at first. Because it was sweet. I was so used to drinking Nescafe Black. And when they introduced me Lingzi 3-in-1 coffee, I didn't like it. It was sweet. But why is Lingzi coffee my favorite coffee right now? I didn't like the taste, and I didn't like the price. Why is DXN coffee my favorite coffee now? The answer is very simple. I didn't see the taste of the coffee. I didn't see the price of the coffee. Do you want to know what I saw? Do you really want to know what I saw? What I saw was hope. What I saw was hope. Hope that one day I can turn my life around. I saw hope that one day I'll be able to get my dreams and change my life. I saw hope that I'll be able to change the lives of the people that I love. And if that is what you see in DXN, I will guarantee you that you will succeed like anybody who has succeeded in DXN. But it is not just all about hope. It is not just all about hope. You have to acquire the skill to become successful. So what skills are needed here? When I was starting, I did not speak like this. Whenever I go in front, I would tremble. I didn't have the confidence to face people. But I told myself, if I really truly want to change my life, I have to do something about it. Being successful requires skill. And that is not easy. That's why a lot of people fail in DXN. Why? Because they don't have the guts. They don't have the patience to develop skills. The moment somebody would laugh at them, they would leave. The moment somebody would snub them, they will leave DXN. But for me, it's different. If I wanted to change my life, I have to develop myself. If you are not succeeding in DXN, and you are earning just a small amount of money here, ladies and gentlemen, you haven't developed the skill yet. If you want to earn big time, you have to have the skill. And there are only 3 areas where you have to develop. First, you have to learn how to sponsor people. I was talking to a few guys this morning, and they were telling me, my team members leave. And I am frustrated because they are my friends and they cannot make it. I am earning, but they are not. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not your problem. That is their problem. If they are not earning well, it's their fault. It is your obligation to take care of your team. And you must learn how to do it well. But if they don't think like you better find another person because it will delay your progress. As Fatimi would say, you're wasting time. And how do you choose people? You never beg. I have never begged anybody to join me. That's why I completely agree with Laszlo when he says, I will never call you because this is your business. You call me anytime, I will speak to you. But I will never call you because this is your business. I do it also. Why waste my time with people who don't think like me? And that is skill. Because if you beg, no, people will think, oh, this is what I will do. I will ask people, please do DXN, please. I never beg. And you can do it over time. People who don't know how to sponsor people don't know how to sponsor people because they just don't do it. We are psycho-cybernetic organisms. Meaning, if we commit a mistake, we don't want to commit that mistake again. Am I right or am I correct? Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to truly become an expert in sponsoring people, just do it. And how do I do it? I just smile. You know, the smile is my weapon. I have a deadly smile. I'm a person who always smiles. Do you know why? The smile is the most understood language in the world. Look at Ishvan. Look at Andrea. When I first saw Laszlo, we never understood each other. I was with Bushi. He took me around. I was with Joseph. We went to Slovakia. I was with Saboj in Vienna. He was speaking Hungarian. I was speaking English. But we understood each other well. Why? Because we know how to smile. You know, I was just standing, no? Yesterday, I was smiling at people, and, you know, people respond in kind. So when you smile, people smile back at you. Now, if you want to attract positive people, you have to smile. People who always frown in DXN never succeed. Remember, you attract your kind. If you are a complainer and you always complain, you will attract people who always complain. But if you are smiling, if you are positive, you will be attracting the same people. So can you smile at the person to your, can you smile to the person to your left and right? Come on, smile. You practice. So smile, no? Now, when you meet someone, don't talk about DXN immediately. I don't do it. When I was starting out, when I see someone and I see a potential prospect, I talk about DXN immediately. But when you do that, people will start avoiding you. Am I correct or am I right? So how do you do it? Simple. DXN is not about earning money. Remember that. DXN is not about earning money. DXN is about helping people. So don't look at people seeing them as an opportunity for you to earn money. Look at people. Listen to them, smile, and start looking for a way to help them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a helping heart, you will succeed in life. Remember this. I don't have any downline here today. I don't have any downline here today. But why am I here? Because I would like to help you. Because to me, success is not about money. Even if I don't work, money will come. I am at my happiest state. I am very happy when someone says, genuinely, Osler, I would like to thank you because you have helped me change my life. That kind of fulfillment is something that money cannot buy. Ladies and gentlemen, the best way to prospect is to help other people. And the more you do it, I guarantee you, you will fail. I guarantee you, people will laugh at you. And because you are with DXN, you will begin to become excited. I remember the first time I met the Europeans in Greece. I asked them, are you excited? How did they respond? And I was thinking, is there something wrong with these people? Then we went to Hungary. The first, I think it's your 4th anniversary. It was attended by some 3,000 people. And I was so excited. And I was asking questions, and people were not responding well. And I asked Laszlo, were they offended with the way I spoke? He told me, no. Europeans are a little bit stiff, he told me. But they are very excited. But you know, people change. People change. So, the first time I met Arabs, I was in Saudi Arabia, and I was asking them, are you excited? And the Arabs were sitting on their seats, and they answered me, yes. And I asked again, are you really excited? And he answered, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't you express yourself? You must learn how to express yourself. That's why a lot of people in Australia kill themselves. You know why? They cannot express themselves. Look at me. No, I have no slides. I can express myself well. Why? Because I'm happy. Because I'm happy. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen. What else? No? You must learn how to present well. Learn how to present well. Communication is essential. That's why we have translators. What I'm saying to you now, without the translators, you cannot understand. And even if I'm so excited speaking to you here, you will never understand what I'm saying. So communication is key. You are Europeans. When you operate in Europe, you're good. But when you operate outside Europe, you will have a problem. So learn how to speak well. Do you know that I can speak a lot of languages? See? I can speak Spanish. I understand a little Hungarian. I know a lot of good mornings around the world. No, salamat pagi. Yoragyat. Huh? Buenos dias. Huh? In Saudi Arabia, sabalalher. See? My friend, no? He's Malayalam. They have a greeting. Suprabadam. See? You have to learn how to speak well. We were born to communicate. So learn how to speak well. And I acknowledge Laszlo. You know why? He's exerting all his effort to learn English. Before I met him, he could only speak, yes, 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 yes. And I know where you got it from. Gigit. All of you speak, yes, 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 yes. But now Ishvan can speak English. Laszlo can speak English. Sabosh, I was surprised he can speak to me, but he could not even say what he wants to say to me before because he could not understand English. We had sign language for about 5 hours in the car. See? Sign language. But we understood each other. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to conquer the world, you must learn English. You must learn English. No? When I was starting out, I did not speak this well, but I tried. I tried. No? How do you present? Just present. A lot of people are conscious about what they are going to say. Remember this. Your audience, the people listening to you, never knows when you commit a mistake. They will never know that you have committed a mistake. It is only you who knows. Remember that. Don't be afraid to commit mistakes, because the more mistakes you commit, the better you are. Do you agree? So keep on speaking. Keep on speaking. When I was presenting the business before, I missed a lot of points. No? I used to present under banana trees. I used to present under mango trees. I used to bring this whiteboard with me because I could not afford a projector. So my presentation was a whiteboard. I had a pen. I had this microphone stand. I would attach the whiteboard there and I would begin speaking. No? Anywhere I go, I brought that. I didn't have a car, so I rode the motorcycle with it, carrying bags of coffee. But I told myself, if I really wanted to excel in presentations, I should do it. That's why I can present this well now. I'm not bragging about the way I present, but you never have seen me present before. And because I committed a lot of mistakes, I learned from it. Do you agree that we should be doing presentations? So the next time your upline tells you, you present Ganoderma, you present. And don't talk like scientists. Don't talk like scientists. All you have to do is share a story. I'm a very efficient storyteller. I'm not a lecturer. Everybody hates teachers. Am I right or am I correct? If you talk like a teacher, people will leave. But if you talk like a storyteller, people would listen. So when sharing business, when sharing the marketing plan, do it in such a way that you are sharing a story. Look at this one. Look at the difference. Oh, our Ganoderma is the best coffee in the world because of its substance. It contains an ingredient called Ganoderma lucidum. And Ganoderma lucidum contains organic germanium. Do you know that organic germanium is a substance that will help your cells utilize oxygen 1.5 times more than usual? And if your cells are properly oxygenated, it will mutate into healthier cells. If your cells are healthy, then your tissue will be healthy. When your tissues are healthy, all your body organs are healthy, and your body will be healthy. And everybody listening to you will do like this. Don't talk like a scientist. Do you want to know how I present my product? Do you want to know? This is how I present it. You know, I have a problem before. If I smell cigarette smoke, if I take a bath in the morning, if I smell gasoline, I get irritated. Because my eyes will turn red, my tears will flow, and I will start sneezing. I get irritated because after I take a bath, I will have 30-minute attacks. And since I take a bath every day, I experience attacks. So sometimes, I don't take a bath anymore. Really, it's very inconvenient. So I tried everything. All the prescriptions that the doctors have given me, I tried. Nothing happened. I even tried pumping my nose through a doctor. No, he fills my nose with water, and then sometimes I will feel like drowning, and then he will suck it. Sometimes blood would come out of it. Before I had a pointed nose. Now it's disappointed. Nothing happened. Then one guy approached me. Why don't you try this coffee? Well, I told myself, I can try this. Why? I tried everything, nothing happened. I even told myself before, I will suffer for the rest of my life. So I drank the coffee, 1 cup a day. After about 3 weeks, my body was telling me, keep on doing what you're doing. My body was actually very happy because it was already 3 days that I didn't have any attacks. Ladies and gentlemen, Do you know that I've been taking the products for the past 18 years of my life? And I could only count the attacks on my fingers. Before, every day. Now, do you know of anybody who would be needing such product? That is how I sell my coffee. Did I talk about DXN? Did I talk about DXN? No. Did I talk about the marketing plan? No. Did I talk about the ingredients in the coffee? No. I only talk about my story, my experience. So the best way to present the business is share what you have seen in this business. Share what you have experienced about the coffee. Laszlo will be talking about that lengthily tomorrow. How to share your story. Am I clear or very clear? Now, the last thing that you should be doing the last thing that you should be doing is teach people how you do things. And what do you do here? You sponsor people and you present. So what do? We teach them how to sponsor people and how to present. If you have done that cycle, you have actually done network marketing. And those steps are simple, but you have to do it. Because you need to have the skills. You have to have the discipline. What is discipline? Discipline is an activity that will allow you to master something. So you need to have discipline. You have to follow through. So don't, Gigi told you a while ago, never give up. When I was starting out, I failed a lot of times. But it is through those failures that I learned to be exceptional. See? That's why you invited me to speak in front of you. If you don't believe me, you have wasted your money. See? You have to teach people what you do. And that is sponsor people and teach them how to present well. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the 3 skills that you need to have for you to succeed in DXN. Nothing else. No sophistication. You don't even need a computer. One lady was telling me, oh, I have a lot of prospects in the computer. That's okay. I also do it. Facebook. But you know what's important? Relationships. Relationships are key to your success in a network marketing business. You have to develop relationships. That's why we call DXN a family, isn't it? We call DXN a family because of relationships. And this is what DXN is all about. DXN is all about relationships. I heard Gigi saying a while ago, set aside differences. You will be encountering a lot of problems. I have encountered problems that you have never encountered in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to set aside differences because we are a family. Success, as what Aristotle have said, success is a few disciplines executed daily. So be disciplined enough to follow through, because success is a few disciplines implemented on a daily basis. So what are the 3 things that we are going to do? Sponsor people. Second, learn how to present exceptionally well. And third, learn to teach people how to sponsor and present well. Can you do that? Yes. Can you do that? Yes. Give yourselves a big, big round of applause. So skills and discipline are necessary for you to succeed. Without discipline, you will fail. So while doing this, sponsoring, presentation, and teaching people how to do it, you must become better on a day-to-day basis. What did Dr. Lim say? Do DXN daily. Do DXN daily. The more you do it, the better you become as a DXN professional. So keep on doing it. Every day, no, you sponsor people. Even if it's inconvenient, even if you're tired, even if you're not feeling good, just do it. Do you know that when I was sponsoring before, people avoided me? When I entered hospitals, because I sponsor medical representatives, when I open the hospital door, when people see me, they have this look. Hostler is coming. Let's run. He will talk about DXN again, and they run. They even called me virus. They called me virus and they avoided me. But did that stop me from becoming successful? No! Because I have seen a chance for me to live and not just survive. I have seen something that would change the way I live. So they never stopped me. There was one time I was selling products with my wife. I knocked the door. Do you know what the woman did inside her house? She hid in the curtain like that. But what she didn't know was I was able to see her. No, she was doing like that inside her house. So what I did, instead of being discouraged, I made a fool out of her. Do you know what I did? I kept on knocking for 15 minutes. Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there? And she kept standing like that. Why do people fail in DXN? Why do most people leave DXN? Let me ask you this question. Sabosh, how much did you spend to join DXN? 20 euros? How about you, Bushi? How much did you spend to register in DXN? 20 euros. How about you, Ishvan? 20 euros? How about you, who else? Rosalie? No? How much did you spend? Yes? How much did you spend? 20 euros, right? An average European would only spend 20 euros to join DXN. And that is the main reason why you leave immediately. Because come to think of it, how much did you spend for your education? How much did you spend for your education? How much time did you spend studying? Ladies and gentlemen, people leave because they just spent a few euros. And they think that DXN is small time. And for those of you who think that DXN is small time, I am here to tell you that DXN is big. DXN is big! Do you know why? Because it changed my life. In the Philippines, our national hero is Jose Rizal. The national hero of the Philippines is Jose Rizal. And there are two Filipino ladies here. No? One is Beverly and one is Daisy. Can you please stand? Now, I would like to ask Beverly and Daisy. I would like to ask Beverly and Daisy, do you believe that Jose Rizal is our national hero? Really? Yes? Let me ask you another question. Have you seen Dr. Jose Rizal? No. But you believe? Yes? Now, do you see me? Are you sure? Can you please hold my hand? I am real. I am alive. Do you see me, Beverly? Do all of you see me? Do you see Laszlo? Do you see Budiman? Do you see Fatemi? Do you see Sabosh? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the problem. People believe in things that they don't see. You see Laszlo, you see Sabosh, you see Joseph, you see Bushi, you see Budiman, you see Ishvan, you see Fatimi, you see me. We are alive. We are not false. And you still don't believe. Ladies and gentlemen, if it happened to us, it can happen to anybody here. Do you believe that? We are living proof that you can succeed. I have a friend whose name is Mario. Mario Disabilie. He is 62 years old, a Filipino. Do you know what his job was before? He used to be a cigarette vendor. Cigarette vending in the Philippines is different. They would go out of the streets, they have this little box, and they make a sound. And they chase public vehicles. We have jeepneys in the Philippines. It's our mode of transportation there. We have buses. So this guy would literally run after the jeepneys, run after buses, and they would ride and they would make that sound. Anybody would want to buy cigarettes? That was his job before. If he earns $2 in a day, he's very happy. Because he could buy milk and food for his children. Ladies and gentlemen, when he attended the DXN seminar and the speaker asked, who wants to drive a car? He was raising both of his hands. Who wants to travel for free? He was raising both of his hands. Who wants to save money? He was raising both of his hands. When the time came that he must register, he joined. Ladies and gentlemen, he was with me during the Taiwan-Japan cruise, and he's now a millionaire. He is now a millionaire. And if that cigarette vendor can succeed in this business, you can too. Do you know why? Do you know how many days a Filipino would work to buy one bag of coffee? A Filipino must work for 2 days because 2 days he must work for him to buy one bag of coffee. In Europe, if you work for 1 hour, you can buy one bag of coffee. And if that Filipino can succeed, why can't you? See? Why did he succeed? Because he acquired the skills needed for him to succeed. He had the discipline for him to succeed. He became better every day by doing DXN on a daily basis. He improved on sponsoring skills. He improved on presentation skills. He improved on teaching people how to do it every day. If that uneducated cigarette vendor can do it, I guarantee you, you can do it. Do you believe that? Yes. You must believe. Because if you don't believe, it will not happen to you. Let me ask this question again. Do you believe? Yes. For those of you who believe, can you please raise your hands? Can we give ourselves a big, big hand? Ladies and gentlemen, when you believe, remember this. When you believe, when you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
Thank you. Come, Osler. Oh, wow. Please, can we stand for the man who made us believe in ourselves today? Thank you so much. You know, we love you.
Thank you.
Now, there are the, okay.
Kusunum.
No, I think so this is not working. Okay, now. Check. Okay. Now, we will, see, he's got some secrets within him. Yes or no? Yes. He's, I think so, the most amazing performer you can ever witness. In a 1 hour, he was performing and you were all enjoying. Yes or no? So, this is the best chance in a leadership camp to get the secrets out. If you want, if you have a question, he can give you the answer, the secret answer. So we have 5 minutes?
Sure, no
Sure.
problem.
So if you
For
have
you.
any questions, any question, before we break for lunch, you have a question that you want to know from him, he can give you an answer. Anyone? No questions.
I'll give you a tip, no? I'll give you a tip.
Okay.
Do you know that I actually emailed Joseph that I am requiring a guitar for my presentation? But the guitar was not there, so I had to adjust. I could not use my presentation. But you know what skill and discipline could do? I didn't use my presentation. I made this presentation for you without any slides.
Wow.
That is what skills can do to your life. See?
But Osler, the most difficult part in performance is this fear and anxiety that your heart starts beating, your hands start shaking, you start sweating, you have these numbness feet, and yes or no? That's the most difficult thing. You make it like you sing a song, you go along, how's that?
You know, the more you do it, the more confidence you will have. Now, it's not easy. It's a promise. It's not easy. But it can be done. All you have to do is desire it. Know what you want. No? You know, I didn't know how to dress up before. And when I was doing the training in the pharmaceutical company that I was working with, the trainer called me in front. And I was wondering why he called me. There were about 48 of us in the training room. And he walked around me. And as he walked around me, he asked the other trainees this question. Is this the way a medical representative should dress up? I was actually insulted. And I could clearly remember the way I looked. I was wearing an aqua green shirt. I was wearing a black suit in a black tie with black shoes, white socks. I was wearing white socks because I just came from, I'm a schoolboy, you know. And you know, I could never forget that feeling. I wanted to punch the trainer, no? But instead of punching him, I made a vow to myself that if I ever join an institution, I would see to it that I would be one of the best dressed individuals in that company. So, challenges will be a part of our lives. The only people who are not challenged are people who are 6 feet below the ground. Now, do you consider yourselves dead? I challenge you. No, so I began reading GQ. No, I even know how to select the proper suit. I know how many inches should go out of this lapel. I know how to match a tie with my shirt. I know what belt to wear with. I don't necessarily wear expensive clothes like Budiman does. But what is important, ladies and gentlemen, is you should be wearing clothes that would fit you and look good on you. No? You should learn how to dress up well. We're in a success business. When people would look at you, they should be telling themselves, oh, this person is successful. See?
Great, 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 great. Thank you so much. So, we
No more
have
questions?
any questions? Again, any questions? This is the chance. This is not a summit. We are not trying to just motivate you all and do this. This is a place where you get to learn. So, we have a question. Yeah. Yes, please. Wait, I come down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Potresti raccontarvi qualche storia personale tua che è difficile, che è stato in DXN, che hai superato? C'è un tuo momento personale che hai detto, mi sa che non vado avanti con questo. Hai avuto questa idea? L'hai mai pensata?
Kusunum.
If you can tell a story that you move on, starting from a problem, a big problem, and you move on and go, and turn in a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very easy question. You know, when I was starting DXN, the joining fee was just about $10. The joining fee in the Philippines during the time I joined was about $10. Do you know that I didn't have the money to join? I didn't have the money to join. So how did I join without the money? You know, my friends, if you want something badly enough, there is always a way. Do you believe that? If you want something badly enough, there is always a way. But if you don't want, or if you don't know what you want, there's always an excuse. Am I right or am I correct? So what did I do? I became very creative. You know, your mind is the best moneymaker in the world. Your mind is the best moneymaker in the world. We were taught to become poor. You know why? Because when your son or daughter would ask you, can we buy this? Dad, can you please buy me this? What do you look at first? You look at the price, right? You know, when you look at the price and it's expensive, what do you tell your children? Oh, let's buy a cheaper one. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is poor man's mentality. You have the greatest moneymaker in the world in between your ears. If you tell yourself, I cannot afford this, you are putting a stop to the power of that greatest moneymaker. So how do you activate that moneymaker? How do you activate your mind? I'll give you my secret. You always ask this question. How? So your operational word from now on should be how. So when you look at the price and you see that it is expensive, you ask yourself, how can I afford this? then the greatest money maker in the world will begin activating and it will find solutions. That is my secret in moving on. Any problem I encounter, I know that my God will never give me something that I can never handle.
Great. Now another question. Yeah, Jijit, you want to ask one question?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Osler. Now, today you are the most motivational, the best motivational speaker of DXN in the whole world. Okay. My question to you is, how did you become one? What helped you to reach this level? Most influential, you know, how did you reach this level? If you did something to become one.
Okay. You know, getting what you want is something that I really mastered. When I want something, I'm like Laszlo. Laser focus. I don't stop until I get it. So if I want to speak well, I will do it in such a way. I will do things in such a way that will lead me towards that achievement. The achievement of that goal. Why do I achieve things? Because I really know what I want. That is key. You must know what you really want. If you don't know what you want, even if you target something, and most likely what you have targeted is not what you want, you will not get it. My son is a pilot. He applied for a job in Air Asia. I teach them how to focus. You know, he was called by Philippine Airlines. He didn't like Philippine Airlines, but Philippine Airlines called him, oh, come for an interview, come for the medical examination. So he went, he passed, but I told him, is that what you really want, my son? He told me, no, I want Air Asia. Don't think about Philippine Airlines. Think about Air Asia. A lot of us cannot get what we want because we always focus on things that we don't want. That is a plague that is hitting people. Don't think about what you don't want. Think about what you want. Because if you really know what you want, burning desire will be there. Remember the time when you saw Ishvan? Remember the first time you saw Andrea? Were you excited or very excited? I will tell Andrea, huh? You will sleep under the couch. You know, when we want something, we desire it. Why? Because of that. I can't explain it, but you cannot sleep. No, you cannot sleep. You keep on rolling on your bed. No, you keep on rolling because you want to achieve it. You want to get it. And that feeling should be in our hearts. And that's the key to achieving things. Why did I become a very good speaker? Because I desired it. Because I wanted it. Do you know that my dream, I'm not ashamed to tell you this, my dream is one day, when when the MC will introduce me, let us all welcome Osler Santo Tomas. And they will be looking, where is Osler? I will be arriving in a helicopter. That's my dream. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Call me abnormal. But that will happen because that is exactly why I want. See, you really have to know what you want. That is the key to overcoming any problem you have. That is the key to achieving anything for as long as you want it.
And I'll be your MC that time.
Of course.
Okay, then we'll say, ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen,
today from the skies,
today from the
skies
skies,
comes one man who has changed many lives, touched many hearts, shaped many people's living. Please welcome Osler Thomas. We'll do it someday. Thank you, Osler. Thank you,
Thank you.
Osler. Thank you so
Kusunod.
much.